get asked, how do you know you have emotional wounds or trauma that's buried that you haven't healed from? A lot of us don't even know that we have these things because we're not consciously aware of who we are. And so today I'm going to dive into some of the things that will bring you that awareness, that conscious awakening that you may have buried pain or trauma that you haven't healed from, and how those can interfere with your decision making or your life without you recognizing it. The first thing is you get impatient. When you're impatient, you're always running on your emotions. You're always running on fear. You're always allowing your ego to make decisions on your behalf. You get frustrated or angry easily, and you're trying to be in control of everything, even though you know you can't control everything or anything at times. And so when you're running impatiently, you have to understand that impatience is not an attribute of love. And anything outside of love means that fear exists, pain exists, trauma may exist, and ego may be ruling. Because love is patient. And if you find yourself running impatient, you have to go deep within to begin to examine what is bringing about this impatience. Where is this irrational decision making coming from? Why is it that I'm running on my emotions? Why can't I tame my emotions than let my emotions tame me? Why am I getting frustrated? Why am I losing it over nothing? And as you begin to ask yourself these questions, you begin to really see if there is anything that you've buried from childhood or adulthood that are emotional wounds that get in your way of progress or in your way of becoming consciously aware of who you are and living as your true self. The second thing is you're comparing your life to other people. You're always wanting your life to be like others. Why are they better than me? And that sometimes brings about resentment, resenting other people for nothing. And they may not even know why you're resenting them. It's all based on you trying to compare your life without understanding that you're unique. No one can be like you. No one can live the life that was handed to you. No one can do the things that you will do for yourself until you begin to accomplish them. So once that comes up and you find yourself getting resentful, getting to compare yourself with other people, then you need to go within and ask yourself, where is this coming from? Begin to journal those down and let those bring you the conscious awakening as to why those things are coming up and what you can do to get beyond that by working with a coach or a therapist that can help you uncover those things that you may not be able to uncover on your own. The third thing is depression or self-isolation. If you find yourself getting depressed about things, if you find yourself self-isolating and just worrying and panicking over things that you can't control, then you have to know that something within isn't right. Where is the pain coming from? Where are those negative emotions coming from? Where is all this, weighing down of your soul coming from? And why are you worrying? Why are you self-isolating? Why are you panicking over things when it may be an event that has happened in the past that's triggering it without you getting to know it? So those things you begin to examine, journal them down. Feel free to come back to me to get support. We can schedule a complimentary session to uncover those things if needed and help you set goals to begin to get beyond those. The fourth thing you have to look at is projection. Projection is when you start to shift blame on other people, when you punish or abuse people and project your pain on other people and blame them for everything that's going on. And they may not be a contributor to it. They may just be bringing you that conscious awareness that there are things in your life that you need to get beyond. Projection happens when we're living in our shadow and we allow the shadow to begin to put other people on the pedestal for things that we are responsible for and we aren't addressing or we don't want to hold ourselves accountable for. So you have to go within again and begin to look at those things. The fifth one, which is the last one I'm sharing today, is trauma bonding. How is your pain leading you to attract more pain? Have you found yourself getting in a relationship where you feel that you've had similar painful childhood and you don't even recognize that it's trauma bonding? Do you find yourself getting emotionally attached to someone in an unhealthy way and getting into sexual acts that you know aren't right for you, just to try to have someone in your life to trauma bond with and become codependent with? Those things stem up from us having buried emotional wounds and pain. But without really dealing with those emotional wounds of pain, we find ourselves repeating patterns and cycles that leave us in places where we don't belong and lead us to acquire more pain and become more traumatic to ourselves without recognizing it. These are some of the reasons why we also go through unhealthy habits that we live with and develop coping mechanisms that don't help us heal, but help us just continue to repeat patterns and cycles and go around in 360 degrees without really getting out of the bubble that we put ourselves in. It's very vital that you heal. It's very vital that you do the inner work. It's very vital that you're aware of this emotional wounds and trauma that may keep you in a place where you don't belong, so that you begin to work on them and understand that healing is a lifetime process. And as long as you're willing to do the work and you're committed to yourself, you will get to where you're knowing yourself, you're understanding yourself, you're loving yourself, and you're attaining wholeness. Always remember, self plus love equals wholeness. And the more you know yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you heal, the better you become, the better you would attract to yourself. Always remember, the only one who can stop you is you.